Hello, I'm Tina Villadolid, Senior Teaching Artist for the Santa Barbara Museum of Arts. Today's activity involves creating a character using found objects at your home and making a little story about this character. The activity is inspired by an artist whose name is John Polipchuk, and since the Museum of Art is currently closed, I can share with you the piece from our collection on my computer screen. The name of this piece is Every Moment is Now Unforgiven. John Polipchuk created this piece in the year 2000. It's a collage on wood board, and if you could see it in person, you'd see that he used bits and pieces of fabric in the collage. The size of the piece is 31 1/8 inches by 24 1/2 inches. What do you think this character is thinking? What do you think the character is feeling? You can create your narrative based on what you see. I found some other images of Polipchuk's characters on the web that I wanted to share with you because they illustrate how he uses objects that aren't normally used for art. And I love how the line of that basketball creates that mouth in this character. He also uses items that have been discarded. So objects that people think are of no use anymore, he gives them new life. And he always includes eyes. The eyes help the character to come alive. As we shelter in place here in Santa Barbara, I have been trying to use this time to clean out a lot of the unwanted items from my house, which are perfect materials for a Polipchuk activity. So let's go see what we can find. Here's my collection of objects: a remnant of fabric, some rubber bands, some ceramic electrical parts that are very old, some washers, and an old phone. All things I should have gotten rid of a while ago. For whatever reason, I held on to them, so I'm very excited to give them new life. And these are the things that I'm going to try to use to assemble my character. If you don't have these exact items, don't worry about it. There's no right or wrong. I'm not even sure how I'm going to do this yet. Ta-da! Here's the character that I created. Remember, there's no right or wrong. This is just an example of what I came up with through creative play. I must admit that I was delighted to discover that she stands up on her own. That doesn't always happen. But the next step of this activity is to take a photograph of your character somewhere in your environment. What do you think, Chappie? So once you take a photograph of your character somewhere in your environment, the next step is to write a little story about your character, including who the character is, what they're doing, where they are, and why. Helena Hanset had devoted her entire life to staying charged up so that the household could communicate with the outside world. She had an important job and she took it seriously. She would diligently return to base after every call. Then one day, her duties came to an end. Everyone carried their own communication device now, so she decided to go out and see the world. She couldn't believe her eyes. Nature inspired her to belt out a song. Helena visited a museum of art for the first time, and she was astounded by the magnificence of a sculpture. Just when she thought her life was over, she discovered a whole new world. The end.